changes were pertaining to Mahatma Gandhi and his assassination. One was pertaining to Gujarat riots. Last year, NCERT had rationalized its content in view of the time that was lost because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And they announced a list of changes that were introduced in all their textbooks for classes 6 to 12. And this announcement came in the shape of a booklet, which was uploaded on its website. What NCERT has done this year is that it has now introduced all of those changes in the actual textbooks. So you no longer have to refer to the tables for the changes, but you can actually open the textbooks and find that all of those chapters reflect those changes with all the deletions that were announced last year. And what we found is that in the reprinted textbooks, there were at least 3 changes which were not part of NCERT's announcement last year and have been quietly slipped into the textbooks, into the reprinted textbooks. Things that we discovered were two changes were pertaining to Mahatma Gandhi and his assassination. One was pertaining to Gujarat riots. The first two, essentially what they have done is that they have, while they've retained the content on Mahatma Gandhi and the events leading up to his assassination, what they have done is that they have very selectively dropped a few sentences pertaining to how he was particularly disliked by the Hindu extremists, and that the fact that they hated his idea of India for Hindus and Muslims, that the Hindu extremists preferred a state like Pakistan, which was just for Muslims. They've dropped these sentences, and the fact that right after his assassination, the Indian government banned certain outfits that were promoting communal tension, and RSS was among them, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. So these were 2 changes pertaining to events leading up to his assassination and the aftermath and what happened in the aftermath of that. And also another reference to Nathuram Godse as a Pune from Brahmin, and the fact that he was the editor of a Hindu extremist newspaper, which described Gandhi as an appeaser of Muslims. These bits also, these smallish chunks, have been selectively dropped. And lastly, what we notice is that from the sociology textbook of class 11 called Understanding Society, in which there is this portion which talks about ghettoization and how, caste, religion, and ethnic identities can somehow further segregate societies. And in order to illustrate that, it cites the example of Gujarat riots, how Gujarat riots eventually led to further ghettoization in Gujarat. They've dropped that entire chunk, especially the part which refers to Gujarat riots. Again, and I do want to point out that with the dropping of this reference to Gujarat riots, we don't have any detailed reference to the riots of 2002 in the NCERT textbooks anymore. This was the last surviving reference, and they have dropped this as well.